So what's the mission? What's the mission? I mean, look, the mission is the existing system is broken. Okay. I've been doing this for about 8 years. And the business model with the zero asset business model, it's our cars, our expenses, everything is ours, right? And the companies who started this, right? We know, and some of you are probably veterans on the systems on their platforms for years and years. And we have seen the natural progression of their business model, which is, suck the blood dry out of the driver. And I'm going to keep repeating this. There, without drivers, there is no YRide. And then, unfortunately, the other group in San Francisco, they have never said that. So I said it twice already. So at YRide, our mission is to empower gig workers with the financial tools, resources, and knowledge they need to achieve stability, security, and prosperity in their lives. And we believe that every gig worker deserves access to the same level of financial well-being as traditional employees, as we are dedicated to bridging the gap between the gig economy and financial security. Now, you guys may say, well, I just is reading from it. It is truly what we mean, okay? And I'm saying it again. Without you guys, this will not happen. I'm telling you over and over and over. Most of you know me already. I'm not the ass-kissing type. I call it the way I see it, and this is reality. And I think time has come for disrupting these companies. Again, for me, the important thing is they have created this massive marketplace. You have to give Uber and Lyft credit for this, okay? They've spent billions of dollars. They created the business already. We don't have to recreate the wheel. We just have to do it better. What we need to do is we have to do what they do well as they do. But then what they don't do well, we need to do better, and we actually shouldn't even be touching it. So that's why this business model, as transparent as it is the complete opposite of their opaque business models, okay? Their business model depends on you guys driving your cars and bodies into a pulp, right? And we all know what's happening out there. And so what makes us different, right? I mean, it's a valid question on all your parts, on all of your minds, I'm pretty sure. So there's a difference between, if you guys look at the screenshot I just put up, other rideshare companies versus YRide. Main focus, profits for themselves. Yeah, they're public companies and they have to do what they have to do. Well, what are they going to do? I mean, look, the rideshare is not a complicated business. Pick up point A, drop off point B for the driver. But for the companies, right, they're public companies. They have to make money. Well, how are they going to make money? This is called a two-sided marketplace, people. In a two-sided marketplace with their amazing algorithms, right, they have to charge as much as they can with certain elasticity, and they have to pay you guys as little as they can, period. This is how the game is played in their world. In our world, no. We're going to get into the details of it within the next few minutes. What they do is they take a commission on each ride, which is called take rate. We all know where they are these days. The companies say, oh, we just don't want to, Uber and Lyft, they both go, well, after our expenses, whatever's left over, we'll split that with you. I'm going like, no. The way I know the way it works is if you charge a rider, Uber or Lyft, $100 and you pay me 50, you took 50%. They go, no, but we have expenses. Well, we have expenses too. What's up, right? Am I complaining to you about my expenses that have gone up 40% over the last 3 years? No. So for us, this is when you guys come in, right? Monthly subscription fee of $100, and that's it. And for the first 3 months, we're not charging you anything, obviously. We're giving you time for you guys to do some legwork. I mean, look, I want all of you to succeed so we can succeed. If you guys don't succeed, we're not going to succeed. It's a given, simple. However, this is where the tough love comes into play. You guys have to have, how Uber CEO constantly says, treat this as your small business. Well, in what world can you get into a small business like YRide for $100 a month? Okay. Now, this is where you guys come in. This is where your entrepreneurial spirit will come in. This is where your efforts will come in to help yourselves, right? I mean, I don't know how many of you are here, and I'm not even going to pay attention to it. And the first one will probably get 100, and the next one will get 300, and the next one will get 500. But I want to deal with drivers who are not just complaining about Uber and Lyft. I want to deal with drivers who have this business mind, who have an entrepreneurial spirit, that they go, well, here's an opportunity for me to start my own small business for $100. And Uber CEO says it, treat this as your small business. Well, I can't treat this as my small business if I have no control over it, right? But in this case, you have control. You know what your expenses are. It's $100. You can do 50 trips a month, 500 trips a month. It doesn't matter on YRide. You're still going to pay $100. And the tough love will come in a little bit later, because most of your questions, I see the chat flying. So their commission on a typical short, medium, long trip is 40 to 60%. Well, we know that, right? I mean, I get some screenshots that are 80%, but I get some that are 30%. That's because the way they look at this, the take rate, is completely different than what the driver looks at. When a driver sees on the rider receipt after the trip, which you all are able to, right? Thankfully, although they took it away from the app. You look at the trip, rider paid 100, I got paid 50 gross. That's my revenue, gross revenue. What is the take rate? It's 50%. Uber says, no, it's not. And Lyft says, no, we give you the guarantee after experience. All this hocus pocus that they're playing. There's no hocus pocus here. Zero. You pay your $100. You do 10 trips. You do 1 trip. You do 100 trips. It's all yours. Fares based on complex algorithm. Well, we know where that is today, right? We know where the two-sided marketplace, they have an algorithm for the rider and they have an algorithm for you guys, right? They have behavioral scientists. They play all these mind games. They have gamification, gamblification, algorithmic wage discrimination. We have all talked about these on my channel, on our channel in the past, but they're relevant, right? That's where the game is today. And they have to charge as much as they can and pay as little as they can, period. And they check out your behavior, your acceptance rate, your cancellation rate. We're not going to deal with that stuff. Here, we're transparent. We get paid in time and distance, just like we were getting paid before upfront fares. You all knew, right? Although you did receive a whole bunch of cuts over the last 4 or 5 years, if you've been around that long. Miles and minutes is the simplest way to go. I mean, we're in the goddamn transportation business. We're not in the software business, because they call themselves technology companies. I'm like, no, Uber is a cab company with an app, period. And how do cab companies function, right? They have a time and distance. That you get in the car, you start the meter, and then that's how they get paid. Well, that's what we're doing here. Keep it simple. I mean, we don't need to, make this rocket science, which is not. So on our part, it's a simple game. Pick up point A, drop off point B. On the rider part, it's a simple game. Push a button, car shows up, pick up point A, drop off point B. But on the company part, they have all these games that we have to go through, play. Nobody understands how trips are getting priced. Same trip will get priced 3 different ways. But why do we need all these games? This is a simple business. Keep it simple. The insurance coverage, we're TNC licensed in California, obviously. Obviously, regulators require that we have TNC license on period 1, 2, 3, with the highest coverage on period 3, obviously. Our coverage is similar to other rideshare companies. We have full coverage, period 1, 2, 3. If you guys want more details on that, you definitely can get in touch with me, and then I'll send you the details. But rest assured, we do have period 1, 2, 3 coverage. Background check fee. Yeah, I mean, at the moment they're paying for it, but YRide pays for the background check. As you guys know, the ones that have been onboarded already.